Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Nearly 3 out of 4 air travelers now say they'd rather scan their face than hand over a passport. Vancouver International just became the first airport in Canada to let passengers board a plane in seconds. No documents, no boarding pass, just a face. And most of us are already saying yes. If you've ever stood in a boarding line, shoes off, passport crumpled, watching the minutes tick past your departure time, this story is about you. It's also about anyone who's ever wondered what happens to their face once a camera captures it. According to Travel and Tour World, Vancouver's new system verifies a passenger's identity almost instantly. You walk up, a camera matches your face to your travel documents, and you're through. No fumbling for paper. No handing anything to anyone. The system launched for Air Canada and US-bound flights, making Vancouver a testing ground for what could become the default way people board planes worldwide. According to data from Uniting Aviation, nearly half of all passengers already use some form of biometric identification at airports last year. And about 3/4 say they actually prefer it to physical documents. So the question isn't whether this technology is spreading. It already has. The question is, do people understand what they're trading away when they trade a passport for their face? Start with what's happening on the ground. A passenger running late sees 2 options: a 5-minute queue with document checks or a 30-second scan and go. Nobody weighs surveillance philosophy when their gate's about to close. They pick the faster lane. That's not a guess. That's what the adoption numbers show. And airports know it. For airlines, faster boarding means tighter turnarounds, fewer delays, and passengers who associate the brand with ease instead of frustration. That loyalty loop, convenience creates trust. Trust creates repeat use, is exactly why nearly every major airline on the planet is moving in this direction. According to Regula Forensics, 98% of airlines have either deployed biometric systems at terminals or have plans to do so. 98%. That's not early adoption anymore. That's an industry standard forming in real time. Now zoom out from Vancouver. The TSA started testing facial comparison at 15 U.S. airports. According to Travel Tourister, by spring of next year, that number jumps to 65. That's more than a 4-fold expansion in a short window. And it signals something important. Governments see airport security as the easiest place to normalize face scanning because passengers are already primed to accept inconvenience in the name of safety. If you can make that inconvenience disappear, people don't just tolerate the camera, they welcome it. But speed doesn't fix everything. Research has consistently shown that facial recognition algorithms carry higher error rates for people of color and for women. That means the same system that breezes one passenger through in seconds might flag another for additional screening, not because of anything they did, but because of how the algorithm performs on their face. When you're a frequent flyer who breezes through every time, biometric boarding feels like a gift. When you're the person pulled aside because the system couldn't get a confident match, it feels like something else entirely. There's also the opt-out question. On paper, these systems are voluntary. The TSA's own policy says passengers can decline and use traditional ID instead. In practice, reports from travelers suggest the experience varies, sometimes dramatically, depending on which airport you're in and even which lane you're standing in. Some passengers describe feeling uncertain about whether they could say no, or confused about where the non-biometric line even was. A right you don't know you have isn't much of a right. Critics make a sharper point. They argue this isn't really about airport security at all. It's about whether people accept a future where face scanning follows them from the boarding gate to the train station to the grocery store with no obvious stopping point once the habit is set. Airports today, transit hubs tomorrow. And for anyone who works in investigations or compliance, this pattern should look familiar. Facial comparison tools gain traction fastest when they solve a real pain point. Hours of manual case review replaced by seconds of automated matching. The same psychology applies. Speed builds trust. Trust builds market dominance. And for the rest of us, it means the technology shaping how police build cases is the same technology scanning your face at Gate B12. The real force driving biometric adoption isn't government mandates or airline policy. It's the 30 seconds you save when you're late for a flight. Convenience doesn't just lower resistance to surveillance, it replaces the conversation entirely. So, your face can now board a plane faster than your passport can. Almost every airline is building systems to make that happen. And most travelers are choosing speed without knowing exactly what they're giving up or whether they can opt out. Whether you investigate fraud for a living or you're just trying to catch a connecting flight, the trade-off is the same. Your face is becoming your ID, and the terms of that deal are still being written. The written version goes deeper. Links below.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.